well. And it's just the 1st of November, the new month. We actually came in late here because I wanted us to like have a conversation in the group before we come here, before coming here. However, we are here now already. So how has your month been? It's our month for promoting peace and unity amongst our family. I say if there is anything you don't want to win in parenting, is peace, harmony, unity amongst your children. Because last, it is the parents that will come and suffer. We see it a lot, we hear it a lot. I remember a couple of years ago, before I even started coaching parents, I had a colleague then. I was working in Lagos. I had a colleague then. She gave birth, and as usual, I went to greet her as the company asked me to go and greet her because she gave birth to represent the company. So I got there, we're just talking generally because I've always told that I have a background in psychology, right? I have a background in psychology, so understanding human behaviors, children, and everything kind of has always come like handy. Should I use the word handy? So we're just there talking, and I didn't even know her mom was inside, not sleeping, because she said, oh, her mom was around for Mugo, postnatal care. So I didn't even know the woman was not sleeping inside. And so when my friend stepped out, the woman just quickly came out and she told me, oh, she had something. She first of all commended my wisdom, said, oh my God, she's been listening to me. I was quite wise and smart, and she didn't believe that I was as young as I was, And then she said she had something she wanted me to do for her. This was a woman I never knew. I've never met her before, had something she wanted me to do for her, that her children, my colleague and the elder brother, they were in Lagos together for over a decade, and they were not in speaking terms. They had not seen each other. They had not spoken to each other. Even when she was in Lagos, each time she was in Lagos to visit the brother and she wanted to visit the sister, the brother would just send his driver to drop her there. The brother had children, they don't even know each other. It was only from her own phone, the mom's phone. I think then Facebook was something we've not explored a lot. It was only from her phone, that's the mom's phone, that the sister saw the brother's children. So she was not like, I should see how I can come in, mediate between them, make peace and all of that. I didn't know them. I didn't know their background. She was only my colleague. That was all I knew. I remember then my colleague actually came in. She walked in and I heard the conversation, and she was not very pleased. She was saying a few things here and there. And at that point, I wanted to ask the mama, that, if we dig this thing, you played a role in this whole thing. Because your dad was late, that's her husband was late. There is a strong role you played in your children's not seeing eyeball to eyeball today, But maybe if I knew then what I know now, I probably would have been able to tell her that, hey, mama, one of the things you need to do is to go back and see how we can begin to, how you can maybe ask for forgiveness and all of that for things that happened in the past, because that is the root cause of this whole thing. So it is what it is. For very many times, parents wing a lot of things in parenting, and I say one of the things we shouldn't wing is harmony, unity, peace in the family. Because at the end of the day, the parents, you are the ones that will likely have a heartache over your children not meeting eyeball to eyeball, or over your children not living in peace and harmony, because you actually want a situation whereby, it's Christmas or it's a big holiday, everyone should come, have fun, campfire, just you wish for that in your old age. But unfortunately, if your children are not bonded, if they are not united, they will not look forward to coming home together. They will not look forward to seeing each other or coming home and having that time together. And then you'll be like, see this family, their children are all here and all of that. I remember going to a school one time, and the woman, the owner of the school, the school, they were invited. The woman was invited to speak. I think it was my children's school back then in Lagos. She was invited to speak. It was a graduation ceremony. And the woman told us that of everything we want to do, we want to make sure that we do not send our children abroad to study from secondary school, that we are going to lose them forever, that she sees two people coming home with their family together. Her children are they almost never come home. They never come home, and it's just her as herself, and her husband is late. Her nieces, and a few people around her. Her children are never there. Now, imagine that one is someone that their children, they are not even scattered though, but just that they studied abroad and they decide not to come back to Nigeria ever again. Now, imagine a parent knowing that her children, they are not coming home together because they don't want to see each other. It is actually tougher. So as a parent, one of the things you want to do, you want to make sure, as you put structures in place, you want to make sure that you put structure that will actually promote peace, harmony, and unity. And this is where I start by telling you that, see, as a parent, if you don't have your parenting vision, then you need to start by creating your parenting vision. It is super important. It's not even negotiable. Your parenting vision is not even negotiable. Your parenting vision is not even negotiable, because it is what you do. You sit down, you look at yourself, years to come, your family, years to come, your children, years to come, even your spouse, years to come. What do you want to see? That is your parenting vision. And at the end of the day, what system do you need to put in place to make sure at the end of the day, what you desire is what you want to get? Let me give you a practical example. I have a family, and the man said, I want all my children to actually study abroad. From when they were small, the man started making small savings here and there, put it together. The idea was, at the end of the day, he wanted his children to study abroad. That was his vision. He was like, okay, I have different options. If they don't get a scholarship, I should be able to use my money to actually sponsor them. That is a vision. As a parent, you want to have a vision. I want my children to be bonded. I want my children to be united. I want them to be at peace when they are adults. Because I remember a couple of years ago, I read this post about AY, where someone said AY was the first person to make money in his family. At the end of the day, AY, the Ayo Makun, the Nigerian comedian, at the end of the day, he dragged his family along. He helped his brothers and all of that. Today, everyone is comfortable. I also read about E-Money, E-Money, the Casey's younger brother. I didn't even know that E-Money was Casey's younger brother, that E-Money was one that made money, the younger brother, and it helped the younger one. We see that a lot. They say your family is your best friend. Your sibling is supposed to be your first best friend, and it is true. We hear children say, you're not my friend again, you're not my friend again, because they are the first community they are interacting with. So they're supposed to be each other's first best friend. And their friendship doesn't just end there when they are young. Their friendship goes along with them. You see siblings cheering each other up. They are dragging each other along. One sibling is doing one thing, the other one is dragging. The other one is cheering the other one up, giving them the morale, the boost to keep at it. So for every single thing you do, personally, I've seen siblings, even when they don't have the capacity to assist the other sibling. The hyping alone, the recommendation alone, the praises, the encouragement alone actually got their siblings very far. So it is super important as parents that in your parenting, you must deliberately invest in your children's bond. It is super important. Anything you want to wing for, everything you wing, please do not wing the aspect of your parenting. Create a structure. And it is all what we are doing this month in the Visionary Parents Academy. This month, we are going to look at, as usual, different ways, different strategies, different tools to promote unity amongst our friends, amongst our children. Of course, you know that, hey, a lot of factors actually impact why they are not united. Hello, my name is Enimia Orebo, in case you are seeing me for the first time, and this is Parenting with Enimia Orebo, and it is brought to you by the Visionary Parent Academy. The Visionary Parent Academy is a yearly academy where parents get to be empowered, they get tools, strategies, then the community and accountability community, they get to learn how to raise the children. They start by creating vision. Yes, that's the first thing. One of the first things we do in the Visionary Parent Academy. We create our parenting vision. You know exactly what you're looking at. And at the end of the day, we have tools and every single thing you need to reach your vision at the end of the day, because it's not just about creating your vision. You actually make sure that you are on the right path to your vision. We have a lot of activities that empowers you, and this is one of it. One of the activities that we come here on Fridays, and we give a master class, and at the end of the day, the visionary parents, they have different materials to help them actually go further, take this particular class further. For example, we have a challenge we do, like last month that ended yesterday was our confidence building month. All through the month, we had confidence. We nurtured confidence in our children, and we had a 30 days challenge, 27 days challenge to help us nurture self-confidence in our children. One activity every day, and the goal was at the end of the month, our children will be more confident than they were the previous month, than they were before. That was the goal for last month. And we had activities, we had the challenge, we had the master class here, and we had continuous interaction in the class. So that is what we do in the Visionary Parent Academy. Plus, we have coaches. Yes, I'm the lead coach there, but we have other coaches there, and you can have access to them anytime you have to share. You have struggles to share, wins to share. You have access to them, and we have an interesting community too. So yes, we are open for 2025. What you want to do is to register with us for 2025, and you are going to learn a lot, because it is no longer time to wing parenting. It is no longer time to say, oh, my parents didn't have to do this, and what is the big deal, I'm not doing it. Your parents didn't have to learn parenting. Your parents didn't have to do a lot of things. Really, times have so much changed, and one of the major game changers of this time is the internet. Your parents didn't have the internet, did they? They didn't have it. They didn't have what we call agege and lesbobo. They didn't, is it lesbobo or lebobo? They didn't have it as much as, they didn't have it. Even if they had it, it was hush, 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 hush. They didn't have it as in 1%. They didn't have it like as much as we have it today. So things have so much changed. They didn't have this saturation we have today. They didn't have these distractions. Everything is distractions we have today. They didn't have the pressure we have today. So they didn't have the issues we have today. So you need to commit to a parenting academy that will literally hold you by your hand and guide you through. Because one thing I always say to parents is that when they say, oh, our parents didn't have to, or parenting academy, what do they even offer? I let them know that, see, you have your profession, right? You are constantly learning and growing yourself to give value in your profession. The same thing applies to parenting coaches. The same thing applies, I don't know about parenting coaches, I know about the Visionary Parent Academy. The same thing applies to all the coaches there. The same thing applies to me, Enimi Orebo, the lead coach. I am constantly improving myself, constantly researching, constantly and doing things that will make me have the right tools, the right information to actually guide you on this parenting journey. So yes, you definitely need to join us. So let's go into what we have today. We are talking about how to promote peace, how to create a system of peace, harmony, and unity in our family. Now, it is what we are going to have all through the month. So we are going to look at things like effective communications. Yes, there are tools to promoting peace and harmony in the family. We are looking at effective communication. We are looking at building trust and respect. We are looking at quality time. Yes, no matter how busy you are, how you can actually create small time here and there to actually meet with your children. Because the truth of the matter is, no matter, for example, every child feels loved differently, right? You know that. However, no matter what your child's love language is, no matter what your vision is, you need time. You need time. You even want to understand your child so that you can parent your child better. You need time. So we are going to talk about how you can, in your busy schedule, create quality time to be able to meet your child. We are looking at that. We are looking at the almighty conflict management in the family. This is a very big one. So we're also going to look at conflict management in the family. And we are also going to look at promoting siblings rivalry. So we have a lot packed for this month, and at the end of the day, the Visionary Parents Academy, I've prepared a material I'm using to teach. So the Visionary Parents Academy, you get the material as usual, you get the material, and in the material we actually have a 57 days challenge to promote peace and harmony. And let me tell you why it's 57 days. It's 57 days because I did not want to stop at the end of November. No, we wanted to take it further to December so that at the end of the day, you are doing it November, you are doing it December, and we have a lot of bonding activities and all of that. So yeah, December, when you have the holiday, you can deliberately do some things so that when you are starting a new year, you are starting a new year with a renewed energy, renewed family love and family system. So it is going to be a 57 days. However, in the Visionary Parents Academy, we drop one activity every day to promote peace and unity. We drop one activity every day when we have a challenge for the team for the month. So what we are going to do, we are just going to streamline it to 30 days for us. But you are going to have 57 activities. So you can, after the challenge for the academy, you can take it further to the following month. So we are going to have that, and as usual, the interaction continues in the academy. So whatever we do here is just like a tip of the iceberg, but because the real thing happens in the academy. Now, this is why I want to encourage you again to register with us right now before we close for registration for 2025. No, it is for the entire year, from the beginning, from January till December. So whatever you register with takes you from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. So please, I want to employ you to register with us so that you can parent more with confidence and actually raise the children you actually want to see. Thank you again for joining me. So let's go in. So we are talking about promoting how to cultivate a system, a family system that nurtures peace, that nurtures harmony. Many times I hear parents and people talk about coaches and all of that. They try to attempt to mention some of the things that, because we cannot mention these things, we cannot start this without actually looking at the factors that are even against family peace and harmony. If you follow me for a long time, you will know I'm big on root cause. I always believe that, when you get to the root cause of an issue, then it becomes easy for you to tackle it. That is it. If you don't understand the root cause of an issue, it is not easy for you to tackle it. So that is why we are going to start by looking at the root cause. And of course, I know that we already know what family unity and peace means. So we are not going to go into all of that. Family peace, we know what that means. So we are just going to go into the root cause. Before I go into the root cause, I want to tell you that, apart from the children, because I started talking about the future, right? When you are older, your children are, when you are older, your children love each other, they are peaceful, they're in a good place. It is going to, you as a parent, you are going to be happy, you are going to be relaxed. It is going to make you feel super good. At the end of the day, you're even going to look at a parenting book and say, I did well. Really, it is going to give you peace of mind at the end of the day. But apart from that, your later years, what about now? Having your family united is super key. It is going to help you, give you sane, especially in this, they say it's tipping, in this time that there is pressure. It is at least one thing is going to be taking off your struggles as a parent. You are not going to struggle so much with, my children are always fighting, they are quarreling, they are fighting, they are loggerheads. That is going to be taken away from your parenting struggles. Yes, so at least you are going to have peace of mind when it comes to your children's peace, enjoying unity and peace together. That is going to go. And secondly, your children are going to be able to support each other. They team up, they come together, they team up. They are going to be able to support each other. Why? Because they have peace amongst them. They are going to be able to team up and resist, because we have a lot of external influences that even cause sibling rivalry. I've had a situation where a particular sibling was envious of the other because people will always tell her, you are finer than your sister. You are finer than your sister. Your sister is finer than you, rather. And your sister has long hair. You have short hair. Your sister has this thing. You have that. People were always telling her that. That was the foundation of her hatred for her sister. But if as a parent you have a structure, that counters that already. You are building your children up already. You have a system that takes care of all of that. It will not be an issue. So when your children are united, when you have peace and harmony in your family, it is easy for them to be able to, fight against external influences. Yes. Now, we also have a lot of issues. Like I always say, a child's temperament comes to play. It's a major factor. Now, I was in a Facebook group one time. Somebody was saying that she always has to buy the same things for her children all the time. Otherwise, they'll be fighting. Like her husband went to China, this one was coming. She just coincidentally just saw these pairs of shoes, the same size. So it was like, these shoes are so beautiful. The husband couldn't resist the urge. He just bought about 3 to 5 pairs for a particular child. The husband got home and the other children were so angry and all of that. That can make a child feel, even if the parents is not favoring one child over the other, there's something like favoritism. The child's temperament may come to play. The child may begin to feel, my daddy is favoring a child. After all, he bought 5 pairs of shoes for the child that day when he went to China. He didn't buy anything for me, So when your children have this peace and harmony, you have been able to put structure in place for peace and harmony. All these things will be super minimized, because for very many, I was surprised, like my parents, they had 6 of us, or rather they have 6 of us, and never in my years as a child, even as an adult, did I notice any form of favoritism among them. I never noticed favoritism. When people say, there's no way you cannot love a child more than the other. I don't know if my parents loved one more than the other, loved one more than the others, but at least they never showed it. I never ever noticed it. It was, even when it was like they were looking for male children for a while. They had 4 girls, and then before they had 2 boys. So they were looking for male children all they were looking for male children all for a while. Even when it seems so, when the male children came, I did not notice any favoritism. Everyone was the same, apart from maybe when they were much younger. When the last born was younger, he was quite a picky eater. So because the rest of us were not picky eaters, he had that, picky eater, okay, get him what he wants and all of that. Apart from that, nothing like favoritism. So I was super surprised when much later, one of my siblings got married and the husband was saying that your parents are biased. I'm like, excuse you, excuse me, excuse us, excuse we. Where is that coming from? All along, we have never seen that, So the thing is, you may not be favoring one child over another or something, but your child's temperament, may make them begin to see things differently. They may feel, they may begin to read meanings to things that are not even there. So it is why you need to deliberately set a system in place that nurtures unity and peace. I remember one time, before I even had my family constitution. Now, this is it. My family constitution is how many pages? This is one of the materials you are going to get when you join the Visionary Parents Academy. It's a comprehensive material that will guide you, that will put your family, that will create a system, a structure for your family. We have my parenting vision guide, we have my parenting structure, and then we have my family constitution. Once you register for the Visionary Parents Academy, you are going to get these 3 materials that will help you create an effective system for your family. So I remember before I even had the idea to create this family constitution, one day I remember my last born was very young. I think it was like 2-3 years thereabouts. So my daughter one day said to me, "Mommy, why is it that the oldest person in the house and the youngest person in the house, they'll be in the house, they'll be inside the house relaxing, while the rest of us, we are busy. We are doing laundry, we are cooking and things like that." Now, referring to the oldest person as her dad and the youngest person as my 3-year-old son then, so that only gave me an idea. Like, this girl Of course, I know that she was young, so I think then she was 6. I was already involving her in household chores and all of that. She was young. She may not have understood yet, but the truth of the matter is, if I did not address it as at that time, if I did not fix it, if I didn't create a structure in place, that was already a seed, right? That was already an idea. Okay. Thank you so much, ma, for joining. Hey, if you join me, please, and something resonates with you, you're learning the lesson, please leave it in the comments. I'll greatly appreciate you. That was already a seed. Now, that may just have been there, and other things will now begin to build upon it. Before you know what is happening, when she gets to a stage she's able to reason, she has been having her mind shaped since with different occurrences. And you know how it is for us as parents to have the tendency of seeing the last born as not grown. It's easy now. We always think the last born. That is why most times we don't delegate responsibilities. We let them get away with things. We just feel, he's just 5, he's just 6. Meanwhile, if as a parent you have a child that is 6, it's funny how this works. You have a child that is 6 and is the older child, is the oldest child. Let's say you have 3 children, 6, 4, 2. What you will expect of that 6-year-old being the oldest, when your youngest is 6, you will not expect that from your youngest. It just happens somehow. You always see the youngest as, the baby of the house. We always see that almost naturally, So when I realized that, okay, she made that observation, and I said to myself, okay, it's maybe a seed that is just planted, maybe ignorantly, negligently, or anyhow. And if I do not weed it now, then I start nurturing it. I start watering it. Maybe I let my younger son get away with more things. I start watering. At the end of the day, it builds into thinking, mom has a favorite child. That was what gave birth to my family constitution. When we talk about rules, we talk about family vision. We started with vision. We started with values. We have values, and we have goals. We have values. We have goals. We have responsibilities, privileges, rights. We have duties of everyone. We have a lot. Our values are broken down. It's a good idea for you to have. If you are not in the Visionary Parents Academy, you can join us and you are going to have it. It is going to be very empowering for you. That was it. That was the first reason we created this family constitution, just to put a system that nobody feels, the other child is favored more than me. There are so many things we do as parents, carelessly do. We don't even realize what we are doing. We just think, it's okay. But at the end of the day, they're actually counterproductive. They're even more than counterproductive. They're even sabotaging. It is why I keep talking about seeking knowledge. You can't parent without seeking knowledge. Some things you do think, it's okay. By the time you realize it, it is not okay. You may not have even known that it was not okay in the first place. So temperament goes a long way, has a role to play in your children's, the harmony and the peace in your family, because your temperament will determine how your children will behave, their choices, how they react to things. Now imagine you have a child who is a strong-willed child, a choleric child, who like to boss around. Then you have the one who is phlegmatic. That phlegmatic is always going to be subject to that choleric. May go behind and gossip, but will subject to that choleric. Now imagine you have a melancholic. Oh my gosh, these 2 children, choleric and melancholic, they may never meet eyeball to eyeball, because the melancholic doesn't like the choleric to boss them around. And if choleric doesn't wants to boss, that will not be an issue. Now imagine you have a spouse again. It's not just about children. We are also talking about spouse again. Now imagine you have a spouse again that is choleric, or you have a spouse that's a spouse that has its own temperament issues. OMG, it is also going to affect your family harmony. A lot of factors affect family harmonies. And one of the major factors that affect family harmonies is you as a couple, what you do with yourselves, we don't realize it. It does a great deal, because when couples are always fighting, the home is heated up. The home is heated up. Children don't have time to bond. Yes. So what you do with yourself as a couple, it is what I say, you cannot parent without knowledge. You don't realize it. If you are always fighting as a couple, if you are always nagging, if you are always name calling, if you are always bitter, you are always emotional, brooding and all of that, the home is always heated up. And when the home is always heated up, the children do not have time to bond. They don't have time to bond because everybody is taking cover. Everybody is trying to be careful. They don't want to get into trouble. That is what everybody is trying to do. They know that, oh, mommy is angry. I had a colleague one time who told me something that his elder, she was with the elder sister. That the elder sister's husband had attitude issue, like she said. It was always like, the typical Nigeria or Africa kind of marriage where the woman is submissive, she's not allowed to, she doesn't have a voice much and all of that. It was that about the family. So the man was always like, I've said my own, go, those kind of things. So because of that, whenever the man was angry at the wife in turn would be angry at the children. So everyone would just be taking cover. According to her, whenever the man was back from work, like the man, they were always praying that the man should travel for 2 days, 3 days, the home will be peaceful. But once the man travels like this, once the man is back, once it's 4 p.m., everybody would just be super careful, like literally walk on eggshells, because you don't want anything. So things like this, there is no time for the children to bond. There is no time for the children to bond. It has to, that's why I said creating a system that promotes peace and harmony. There is no time for the children to bond. Now, leave the husband and wife alone. Now, let's go to the children. If you're a parent, you are constantly nagging, you are constantly yelling, you are constantly smacking and all of that. There is no time for the children to bond. There will be no time for them to bond, because everyone is walking on eggshells. They want to make sure they do not get into your trouble. Now, apart from that, apart from the children not having time to bond, another thing that happens is when you are constantly nagging, yelling, and all of that, is that the children will take a communication pattern from you, right? They take a communication pattern from you. Now, they are going to relate with each other based on that. So if you are always yelling, they are going to yell. If you are always nagging, they are going to nag. If you are always raising your voice, they are going to raise their voice at each other. Now remember something, the fact that these children, they cannot stand up to you because of their children, they are bottled up, they are angry. So when they now use that, the same pattern you use for them on for their siblings is going to react like, what the heck? Really? Like trauma. I'm coming from it. I remember one time when my elder sister got married. One time she said her husband came and was like, every time you're watching television, you're watching television, turn off that TV. She told him, bros, I'm so sorry. Please, I'm coming from a home where my dad would just walk into the house and tell us to turn off the TV. In fact, once my dad is at the gates, we hear him honking for someone to open the gate. The very first thing we want to do before we get the gate is to turn on the television. Now I am married again. You are coming to use that same tone on me. Please, bros, I beg. Please, I am married now in my husband's house. I am not in my father's house again. Something like that. So your kids are going to look at each other and be like, daddy yells, mommy yells, and you are coming to do the same? No. So they are going to pick your communication voice. However, because they are not able to stand up to you, they are going to be able to stand up to their sibling. Yes. So we are looking at factors generally that actually causes commotion in the home. Factors against family harmony and peace. That is what we are looking at. And I have spent the last 5 minutes talking about how the way you and your spouse relate affects the peace and harmony in your family. The way you and your children, the way you communicate to your children, your discipline method, the way you do everything you do, how it impacts your children's ability to make peace and to bond. So if you're a parent, if you've never thought of this, please go and think about it. Ask yourself, when me and my spouse, when we are at loggerhead, we are fighting, all this commotion, what do your kids do? If they are younger children, they will even start crying. They start crying. The time they are supposed to use to be bonding, they are using that time to cry. So if they are older children, they will just say, I beg. They go to their corner, go and lock themselves inside one corner. The time they are supposed to use to bond, they will use that time to hide, to stay on their own. Then when you grow up, you wonder, I never, because people believe that one of the major issues that causes sibling rivalry, one of the major issues is favoritism. I say, no, it is not favoritism. Your child's temperament has a role to play, and your family system even has a bigger role to play. Your family system, what you do, the things you do, they have a bigger role to play. Now, this is why everybody at the end of this month, we are going to create our family tradition in the Visionary Parents Academy. If you have not created your family calendar and tradition, you are creating it. You are going to create it. And if you are in the Visionary Parents Academy, you can join us for next year. We are going to begin the year next year. One of the first activities we are going to do next year is creating our family tradition. Our family calendar and tradition is one of the very first things we are going to do next year, because we want to follow it all through the year. Okay. I just talked about passively the importance of family unity, being intentional about it. I said emotional support. Siblings are able, every member of the family is able to support each other emotionally. We have a strong relationship. We are able to resolve conflict. Yes, we are able to resolve conflict. We share the same values and traditions. The environment is safe. That is the most important thing. Your environment is very safe. A parent in the Visionary Parents Academy was asking me this evening that her son, whenever he's at home, the son is more well behaved when he's at home compared to when his wife gets back from work, because he has a more flexible job schedule. So he's always with his son most of the time rather. So the son is kind of wants to behave more, but once the mom comes, the son is just all over the place. He wants to start misbehaving. Then when he is for funny enough, the son kind of plays with him more, like tilts towards being around him, imitating him more, imitating him and all of that. And I said, yes, I understand all of that. The mom provides a safe society. Sorry, the mom provides a safe nest kind of for the boy, so he's more vulnerable with the mom. And apart from that, something like, you've been out all day, mommy. Yes, so I'm angry at you, see me now, come on. He just wants that attention now from the mom to kind of make up for all the while the mom was away. And especially because the mom provides that kind of safety for the child. So that is it. A home should be a safe place. When your home is harmonious, when your home is peaceful, your child can come home. They can come home. When you are outside is chaotic. There's so much drama happening outside. Oh my God. It is why I ask spouses, husband and wife, that they fight. They keep malice. In this T-Pain era, they keep malice. I am wondering, when you get back home after a long day, after all your experiences, you filled your car yesterday with let's say 10,000 naira. Today you go out, you are filling your car with 15,000 naira. You get home, who do you now talk to? I don't get it. It never makes sense to me. I tell people, when people reach out to me for parenting, and because one of the things I also get in as a result of my working parent coaching, I also get a lot of marriage should I say coaching, marriage issues, one of the things I say when people come to me for, when spouses, especially wives, come to me for counseling, I tell them that, see, one of the things I do in my marriage is I don't have time to keep malice with my spouse. I don't ever have that time. I don't have time for a lot of things. You know why? Because of my mental health. Excuse you, why should I now be? I don't get it. I'm keeping malice with you and I'm not enjoying it. I will not enjoy it. I don't enjoy it. I don't understand. Why will I be punishing myself because I want to punish you? It doesn't make, it has never, ever made sense to me. So because I want to punish you, I'll be keeping malice with you. They call it silent treatment. Really? Because I want to punish you. Then when I see you are dressed all looking good and my mind, and I feel like complimenting you, I will not be able to compliment you. When I see the way you are dressed, you look all good, the position you are staying, and I want to jump on you, I will not be able, I'll be holding myself back. When I go out after the day's stress, I'm coming, I actually want to vent, I will not be able to vent because I'm keeping malice. Bruv, like they say, I keep no malice. We have the issue right now. Now. We get it sorted now. Kata. Like they say in local parlance. You take a walk, 5 minutes. I take my own walk, 5 minutes. We go and sit down and think. Yes. We take a deep breath. We come in. We drink a glass of water. We have my anger management toolbox in this house. You go there, you pick something, you dance, you sing, you take fresh air, you come back. Then you continue from where we stopped. When I now go out and come back, where will I? When I'm not coming back, I'm not angry. You come back from work, I'm angry. Are you are you kidding me? I don't understand. Is the anger going to put food on my table? I don't get it. Really? Nah. You don't even, because you are just wasting your time. Because me, I will sit up. I would do everything. In fact, if my husband even had the mind of someone to give malice to this woman, him go tire. Okay. Anyways, yes. Having peace, harmony in your family actually create a safe environment for your children. There is safety. They can always come home. The outside is chaotic, is dramatic, is toxic. They come home and there's a safe place. They are happy. They know that my home is at least peaceful. It is super important. That safety. Your home is a safe space for them to come to. After all the drama outside, your home is a safe place. What makes a home? It is not the furniture that makes it a home. That's a house. The building, they're all houses. What makes it a home is the people inside, the warmth. And the warmth is not about, oh, you have a heater or you have an AC. That is not the warmth. The warmth is the love that is shared. That is the warmth. My house is a home. You can have a house and not have a home. Yep. But you cannot have a home without a house. Yep. So, yes, your children should be able to come home. Even when the parents, are not at home. Their siblings are at home. They have a sibling at home that make them feel at home. Make them feel relaxed. They are coming. There's something that is quite common with teenagers when they enter university. I'll see them a lot. Very many teenagers, they are eager to enter the university. It is why, give them cockroach signs, they are going to grab it. Give them sweeping signs, they are going to grab it. Why? Because they just want to leave the home. Their parents are becoming something else. They are a pain on their neck or a pain on their buttocks, so they want to run away from the home and not come back. It is one of the reasons very many teenagers, they actually pick up any course. You tell them, okay, you didn't do your JAMB well, you may need to sit for another year while you actually take this year to learn the skill. They say, I don't want to learn the skill. Now, not because they don't want to learn the skill, really, because they know that learning the skill requires me staying at home and going from the house, and I do not want that, because my parents, this house is is no longer a house. This house is no longer a home. It's just a house. I actually experienced that too. Many of us experience that, and even till today, till tomorrow, we still have it. Parents make the house unpeaceful for the children, so the children are looking for. I remember one time back then in Lagos, there was a girl, a teenager. I don't remember her yet. I think she was about 16, 17 or thereabout. Was she up to 17? I don't remember precisely, but I doubt she was up to 17. She was cohabiting with a guy. Cohabiting. Like, seriously? Excuse you? Why are you cohabiting? You left your home. She said, nah, it was better like that. Her home was. I know some teenagers, they can be pig-headed. Yes. So, especially if you have not laid the foundation or time to guide them, so they can just derail and just start derailing like that. I get that, you know. However, for very many, it is because the home is not homely. Is it homely now? Homey. The home is not a home for them. There is no peace, there is no respect, nothing. So they seek peace elsewhere. It's why very many teenagers, especially teen girls, they go into relationship early. Yes, in case you don't know. Okay, we are going to talk about the effects. They go into relationship early because the home is not a home. It's not welcoming. They don't feel loved. They don't feel warmth, affection from the home. So what do? They go outside. When someone else promises them love, affection, and warmth, oh, they are ready to trust that person, even if the person is not giving it to them. At least half bread is better than none, they say, right? So that person is giving them half bread that is better than the none they are getting from home. So that is, your home should be a safe environment. And when you have peace and harmony in your family, it is a safe environment for your children. They can always come. They love, you know how you are parched with thirst and the weather is so hot, you are coming home to relax. Finally, let me come and rest my head under the AC. Let me be refreshed. That's about the same thing that happens when your home is a home. Your child is coming back to a safe place, a refreshing place for them. So yes, when you're peaceful, your home is peaceful, your child's mental well-being is intact. When your home is peaceful, you are modeling family unity for your children. When your home is peaceful, your child is able to develop socially more. You know why? Because the family is a small unit of the society. For very many children, they learn how to interact with the big society from the family. It's not even from me, for very many, for the children, for the typical child, they learn how to relate with the society from the family. You know, we moved here last year, and the way children here behave is so different from the way children in Lagos behave. My children, they are still in shock. Every day they still come back from school. I share this in the Visionary Parents Academy every now and then. They still come back from school. They have a lot of shocks, a lot of surprises. Mommy, yeah. You know, it is from families, basically from individual families. They learned it from them, how they interact with, how their parents interact with each other, how their parents interact with them, the children, interact with people around them, and they take it. So your child will build social skills from the home. Yeah. Learn that. Your child will build social skills from the home. One thing that fosters peace and unity is respect for each other. So if you have a home that you respect each other at home, for example, your child is likely going to know how to respect, right? They go outside, they are going to treat their friends respectfully. Supportive network, I shared that a while ago in passive. Supportive network, oh my God, someone says your network is your net worth, which is true. You know, I've seen a situation where people grow so much, like my sister, this is my sister, then the person will now pull his or her friends around the sister. Let me give you a particular. I remember when I was going to do my wedding, I've always been a kind of a very private person, just minding my business. I talk, yes, I talk. People call it is it introverted, social extrovert? I be social introvert. I don't know how they put it. I talk a lot, right? Especially when the topic interests me. You can hear me talking and on. My sister will tell me, you know, they tell her to talk. You know, that's how much I talk. But going out, nah. I can be in this house. Just give me my books. That's all. Give me my books, basically. I can be in this house, or maybe my laptop, my books and my laptop. And if I have the internet, added advantage. And not necessarily to watch social media, to research. I can be in this house for year in, year out. I can be in my house for one whole year. I will not get to the gates. That is it. That is who I typically am. So I remember back then in school, the same thing. I had friends, they would say, oh, I won't come and visit you because you don't come and visit us. That is who I am, really. I'm kind of lazy when it comes to going out. That is why some outdoors activities, talking about shopping, talking about, they say shopping is a woman's best and a woman's most effective therapy. It's not me, oh. It's not me, really. Okay. So I remember when I was doing my wedding, I said, who is going, where will I get people to, and I was going to scrap this brother trade. I was going to scrap it. I said, I don't have people that will come and do brother trade for me. So I was going to scrap it. Even selling a ship, I was going to scrap them. So my younger brother said, don't worry. I will organize some of my classmates, my girlfriend and her friends. They will come and do the brother trade for you. And that was exactly what happened. That is it. So siblings are supposed to be able to provide this for siblings. When you have peace and harmony in your family, it is easy. Your children, your children's network will increase. Their network will increase. Yes. I don't know if you get that right. Their network will increase. So we'll talk about network becoming net worth. Now imagine if you have a child who is into a particular skill. Okay, I have this skill I'm doing, and then you say, okay, that's fine. I have my friends. I'll bring my friends to patronize you. He's my brother. You buy from him. What do you think? So where the family, they don't meet eyeball to eyeball, how will they do that? They will not do that. But when your family are united, each of them will have an increased network. And like they say, your network is your net worth. Okay, sense of belonging, that is the last one. It fosters a sense of belonging and security, which is crucial for the emotional and psychological development of the family members. I've shared this in passive already. A sense of belonging, yes. There are a sense of security. You know, something like, I remember growing up back then, I've shared this story before, when I had a neighbor, you know, someone close to my neighborhood, and he said I should date him. I was still in secondary school, I think in SS1 or SS2, thereabout. He wanted me to date him. I had an extended cousin. I don't know if I should call her cousin now. Not necessarily cousin, you know, just the same Kingsman. We're from the same place. And so she was dating the boy's friend, Michael, and Michael had a friend, Pedro. So I used to go and call Joy because we used to go to the same lesson, extramural classes back then in school. So I think I was praying for my junior wife. Was it about that time? It should be about that time. So Anibel was saying, Pedro was saying, okay, each time I go and call Joy, he will say, okay, he likes me, I should date him and all of that. And then I did not even, like they say, they don't born you where to date. You know, my dad, literally skinny alive, they don't born me where to date that time, you know. That was about it. So one day he said to me, if you don't say yes to me, if you come to this company again, I'm going to slap you. So I actually called him bluff. And the following day, as usual, I went to call Joy. You know when they say you see stars, when somebody slaps your sisters, the same, that was exactly what happened to me. As I just talking to the company, the next thing he just, I think he was waiting for me. Knew, okay, this girl will come for lesson. And then the next thing he just landed his palm on my finger. I literally saw star. And so I was crying. I remember I went to call my elder sister to say, hey, see this guy just slapped me for what and all of that. That is what happens when family, they have a bond. You can protect each other from childhood to adulthood. I hear people say, oh, my brother know they use me, they play. I've heard things like this a great deal, you know. Yes, my brother know they use me, they play or something like that. So when your siblings when your kids are bonded, when you are bonded, when you have peace and harmony in the family, there is security. There is security. You are able to protect each other. Now, these are some of the things, the importance of working hard to make sure your family lives in peace and harmony. Your family is united. And it is what we are doing this month in the Visionary Parent Academy. Like I said, at the end of this class, as usual, I am going to share this material. I'm sharing this with you. And apart from sharing this material with you, so that you can, at your time, you can sit back and read it again, or you can come back and watch the video. Even if you don't want to watch the video again and take notes, you can see this and read. But I recommend you watch the video again so that you can actually take notes. Because there are things that are here that are not here that I'm actually saying. Even me, what I do most of the time is I come back and watch my video again to take notes, because as I'm talking, I'm getting inspired. It is what it is. That is how it is. When you are passionate about something, when you've given yourself to something, you realize that everything, just your knowledge just keeps growing and growing. So as I'm talking, I'm getting a lot of ideas and knowledge and everything from it. So that is it. It is why you need to join the Visionary Parent Academy and stop saying, oh, why do I need to learn parenting? Nah, because we have people. I'm committed. I am committed to it. So I am always developing myself on always researching and getting the best practices to help you navigate your parenting better. So you need to actually join us in the Visionary Parent Academy. It is very affordable compared to what we have to give you. We have master classes. I didn't talk about it. We have master classes for you. When we have our emotions in mastering class, it's free for you. We have a lot of master classes we do at the end of the day that are absolutely going to be free for you. One of the very first things we do, the first 3 months we launch for the year, is we learn to master our emotions, because hey, it's still pain, man. You know, things are really people are triggered now. The pressure is not smiling. They're triggered. Imagine the other week, I was talking to someone about vegetable oil, and she said 56,000 naira for 25 liters. I said, okay. And the last time I bought was 36,000. I was like, 56,000 it's too much now. From 36 to 56, it's too much now. And about 2 weeks down the line, I was told it was 67,000. By the following day, it was 70. By the following day, I was told by today that it's 83 or thereabouts, maybe 86 or thereabouts. That is it, you know. So the pressure is real. So you are actually triggered. Your triggers are very valid because the pressure is real. However, you need to be able to calm down. You can't parent with pressure. You can't parent triggered. So it is one of the very first things we do in the Visionary Parent Academy is to host an emotion, to teach you how to navigate your emotions at this time that the pressures are real. So you need to join us. You definitely need to join us. And our emotions mastery class, you're not paying. It's not even like, okay, you're going to get a discount. You will not pay a dime for it. And we are going to take you through one must challenge, one activity every day that will help you master your emotions better. You are not paying a dime for it, because you have joined the Visionary Parent Academy. But if you're in the Visionary Parent Academy, you'll be paying to access the class. So you need to join us. It is going to be worth every of your investment. Okay, let's look at some of the past factors that impact our family unity negatively. We have poor communication. We are going to look at all of this exhaustively in our classes, because it's a one more thing. So next week will be communication, how to foster effective communication and all of that. We have poor communication is important. We have lack of trust. Oh my God, I have this issue, lack of trust. In my own immediate family, lack of trust is one of the major issues that threatens our unity. Lack of trust is one of the issues that threatens our unity. Oh, like I always tell you, temperament plays a great role in it, and external factor like external influences play a great role in your family dynamics. Then we have conflicts and disagreements. Yes, conflicts will always arise. There is no way conflict will not arise. Remember, you are not, even you and your spouse, you are not the same people. You are not the same people. You are different human beings. Yes, like someone that was nurtured differently, different environment, different everything. You know, I have a friend. One time, I don't know who suggested her kids going to stay with the mother-in-law. She said, me, my mother-in-law, I'm seeing her handwork in my husband. My kids said, lie. My kids can never live with my mother-in-law, not even for 1 week, except I'm there with them, you know, because if my husband is the best she can do, nah, I don't think so. So imagine someone that was nurtured differently, different temperament, different cultural background, different things, different upbringing, different family system, you know, different trauma, yes, different baggage, coming to start a family with you, with your own different everything. You are not always going to agree. No matter that, it is why there's something that I am always not about. I'm not against, but I'm not 100% sold out. I'm not 100% giving to it. I'm not about it. When they say, oh, before you get married, have conversations, have an agreement and all of that, I say, no. Instead of you to talk about before you marry, have conversations and agreements, actually, talk about before you get married, go for sessions, counselings, therapies to understand your baggages, to understand the things you can actually do, your possibilities. When I say possibilities, I actually mean something like, see, there are things you can say, oh, God forbid, I will not do it. When the environment is right, you will see yourself doing it. Yep. I remember when before my husband and I got married, we had a conversation around a couple of things. We're like, oh, we're not going to we're not going to rush into having babies, number one. Number two, that was not so much of a conversation. I think we actually had that immediately we got married. We're not going to rush into having babies, number one. We wanted to just like do a few things and be sure before starting of babies. Then we also talk about, okay, nobody's coming to stay with us. You visit us today, go. Tomorrow, go. Next tomorrow, go. Don't come and stay with us for 1 month, 2 months. No. At least want to be together and, have our privacy for a while. Guess what? As soon as we got married, started having people visit us. In fact, I was literally praying for them not to go, to stay. So it is what I say, it is not because you say people will like, okay, if you get married, you as a woman, I earn more than you. What happens? The man will say, what is the big deal? What is the big deal? Earn more than me, that's fine. Or the man will say, okay, what if I earn more than you? It's easier to say. It's easier to say than to actually do it. So I remember having this conversation with someone who was talking about, when she got married, she actually thought she will have people live with her. She will treat them so nicely. She will never, when she has a maid, she was one of those, when people talk about maid, she will condemn them. How can you be treating your maid this poorly? That's not fair. When I have my maid, I'm going to treat them like my children. Lo and behold, when she had her maid, she was treating them so terribly. And she was telling me, she doesn't know where this comes. It is not her. She actually thought she would be able to do better when she had the maid. And I looked at her after our going back and forth, investigation and examination. I told her something. You are a selfish lover by the way you were raised or anything. You may not realize it because you didn't have a maid. So it was easy for you to judge others. You didn't realize you were a selfish lover. Now that you have a maid, you are faced with it. That thing in you is coming out. If you are following me, if you are enjoying this class and you're getting value, please drop an emoji. Give me a like, give me a love, give me a well done, drop a comment. Drop a comment. I should be more aggressive with my classes so that I can just ginger you. Drop a comment, drop a comment, drop a comment, Okay, so I was telling her that one thing about you is you had something that you did not know. You're a selfish lover. What that means is you are a conditional lover. What that means that because the child is not your biological child, now you are seeing that as a condition to love your child less than you would love your child. Yes, that is it. So it is why I say, instead of you to say, okay, we want to just have the conversations and stop there. No, have the conversations. Actually go for therapy, go for counseling, go for anything you can go for to understand that, to help you understand how you are going to handle the situation if it comes up, and not just how to handle the situation. When the situation comes up, how you react and how to handle it, not just how to handle it, how you will actually react. Go and learn about that. So conflicts and disagreements are one of the things. When conflicts happen, everyone is not the same. Like I was saying, you are from different backgrounds. Even your children that you are nurturing, of course they are in your house, right? They are supposed to be the same. But temperament is a major role in everything we do, in our choices. So temperament is playing its role in how your children are interacting, how they are viewing things. Temperament is playing a great role in how they will take what their friends are saying. Their friends will say, when I was growing up, one of the major things that impacted our family unity negatively was one of my younger brothers listening to a friend. He had a friend who was angry that he was not the first child of the family. As tiny, as little children as they were back then, the friend was always fighting the elder brother. He hated his elder brother for no just reason. Just because the elder brother was the elder brother. He was not the elder brother. He'll be like, why they, I don't even know why you senior me. I don't know why they born you before they born me. See, he was always angry, fighting. If he could do anything, he would do it to make himself the older sibling and the elder brother the younger one, if it was possible. He was always fighting. When I mean fighting, a child in primary school, a child in younger secondary school, he just had intolerance towards his younger brother. Surely because his younger brother was melancholic, so he didn't have this fighting energy, kind of, But then the younger brother, because he was melancholic, he no one here too. So because of that, he just didn't like his younger brother. And he was sowing that seed in mine, because I have two brothers too. And he was sowing that seed. It now happened that my youngest brother was now his friend. Of my two brothers, the younger one was now his friend. He was also sowing that seed in my brother's heart. He was sowing that seed in my brother's heart. So you see, external influences, temperament, and all of that will play a role in how your children handle conflicts. Even as a spouse, as spouses too, we see a lot of external conflicts, external influences playing a role in how spouses handle issues. We see people taking advice from social media. We see it. Yeah. We see feminist activities, people misconstruing it and taking advice and applying it. That is external factors. So external factors will always play a role in your conflict resolution. Your conflict, yes, how you resolve conflict in your family. So the way you resolve conflict will actually matters a great deal to your family unity. Different values and beliefs. Yes, everyone has different values and beliefs. That will impact your family unity. Couples can be fighting because of different values. There are some couples who believe that, oh, I want the best for my child. It is by borrowing to put my child in a school that I cannot readily afford. That is my definition of wanting the best for my child. We can't have another couple that will say, no, I want to afford what I want to be able to afford. I don't want to be under pressure because I'm raising children. That is different values. And of course, we have external stressors, financial difficulties, work stress, and external pressures can strain family relationship. We know this. You're supposed to create time for your family. As a family, you're supposed to have time. But because we are pursuing money, because you look at it now, if you don't have the money, how will you even take care of your children? How will you even feed them? Especially in this T-pain, how will you take care of them? How will you pay your bills? Pay school fees, buy basic things for them if you don't work hard for money. And work hard will require you spending extra time outside. Yeah, stressors. So it is important you are able to balance it. If you are not able to balance it, at the end of the day, you are trying to make money to take care of your family, right? You would lose the family at the end of the day. There was a letter that I shared in my book, Understanding Your Child. If you don't have that book, you should have it, and you should read it, and you should take action, really. I remember the letter a girl shared a couple of days ago where she had to unalive herself. I don't know if YouTube is also mindful of words, languages. So let me use the Nigeria social media word unalive yourself, unalive themselves rather. So she unalived herself because, according to her, she was lonely. She had her uncle come around to be with them in the family. Her uncle was sleeping with her. She was a young girl, about 13. Her uncle was sleeping with her. So when her uncle traveled to further his education in Australia or thereabout, then she felt lonely. Loneliness became too much, and she actually unalived herself. Her parents, from the letter she wrote, her parents were very comfortable financially. They were always giving them the best. in the parents' definition of the best. They were always giving them the best. The girl, they traveled out of the countries, do a lot of things, get good things of life, but she was lonely. Simply put, her parents were pursuing money to give them comfort. At the end of the day, the parents were losing them. Now, it is what I say to parents who are jackbarring. Before you jackbar, put a structure and a system in place. Because the truth of the matter is, when you jackbar, you get there, you have to work. You have to work hard to be able to pay your bills. Now, in working hard to be able to pay your bills, there's every likelihood that you are going to not pay much attention to your child as you are supposed to. So you need, okay, talking about jackbarry parents, that's a story for another day. So for financial pressure, external stressors, financial pressure, it can actually make you impact your family unity. And another thing is, you just, a lot of drama outside. You just bring the drama home again. Some people, some parents, they don't know how to calm down. They don't know how to transition when it comes to emotions. They don't know how to move from one emotions. They don't know how to, you are outside, something angers you. I've seen it a great deal. Husbands, for example, they go to work, they get angered at work, they come back, they are transferring the anger to their wives. Excuse me, you are angry, something happened at work. How is it your wife's fault? Why should you not transfer the anger to your wife and be nagging and be yelling and be demoralizing? Nah, it's not her fault. Also happens to children, I remember back then when my dad, when he's coming back home like this, if he's having a bad day, yes, it is going to be a bad day for all of us. We just had to share from the bad day. We just had to share. If he was having a good day, it was a good day for all of us. He would buy something for us. He could buy suya, he could buy ice cream, he could buy a lot of nice things for us. Having a good day. Having a bad day, we do just have, how can we be sharing from the good days, the goodies from the good days, and not share the baddies from the bad days, Having a bad day, you just share, the bad day will reach us too, things like that. Some parents don't know how to separate, they don't know how to transition, they don't realize that this is my children, they are not responsible, they didn't do anything, they didn't cause anything, they don't know how to separate it. So they just bring anger from outside and they put it inside. External stressors. Another one is neglecting quality time. When you don't have quality time with your children, your children don't feel loved. They may now want to seek love outside. They are prioritizing outside. They prefer outside to the home. That will kind of not make your family stable, So you need to learn to have quality time. It is why for very many parents, they don't even have time for quality time. But the little time they have, hey, Chineke, the little time they have, they will spend that little time nagging. You spend that little time. See, if you are parents listening to me right now, if you are a parent listening to me right now, if you know that you are a very busy parent, the least you can do, the little time you have, please make it quality. Quality time is not about 22 hours with your children. That is not quality time. Quality time is what you do with the tiny time you have. It is why in the Visionary Parents Academy, we have our wake-up strategy. Because that is a time. I always tell parents that we have a couple of times, when you wake up in the morning, that's time you should make quality. When you are leaving the house or your child is leaving the house, that's time you should make quality. When your child has been out all day, your child is coming back into the house, that's time you should make quality, right? When your child is going to bed, that's time you should make quality. If you are still bathing your child, that's time you should make quality. If you share a meal together, that's time you should make quality. If you are driving your child to school, those are times you should make quality. Those are the little times in between. Because just imagine one. Your child goes to school all day, right? And you go to work. Now, the same way you face issues, maybe you are driving to work, you had a flat tire, you are demoralized, you are frustrated for a while, you get it, you are panic, you are under stress, you get it fixed. Maybe you are going, there's a reckless bike man riding in front of you, and you just had to. It took the grace of God for you to be able to navigate that issue. Oh my God, you are scared. For a while you were, God, I beg, oh, what if something had happened? Hey, God, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. That thing, you get to work, your boss is like, you are just coming late. You try to explain. Oh, you are always full of excuses. That is it. You are trying to do work because you are pressured. You are mixing your calculations up. Oh, it takes a while. You submit it. Your boss is wondering, didn't you check it well? Go back and check it. You are going back and forth. Eventually, you are coming. You had 1,000 naira with you. You go to the fare station. They told you it was now 1-2. Hi. These are all struggles, issues you go through every day. I tell you for free, your child goes through those same issues too. The difference between you and your child is that your own are big adult issues we call important. Your child's own are not big issues. We don't call them important. But guess what? Because your child doesn't face the ones you face, your child yet, they are not in your space yet. So you see those ones they are facing, like a classmate calling them names, like a classmate saying, oh, I'm looking for my pen. Somebody took my pen, the classmate denying. Like a classmate lying against them, going to meet the teacher. Like my children will say, somebody is writing the names of noisemaker and my name appeared in the class on the list and I did not make noise. You see, like they had a classwork to do. They didn't get it right and they are wondering, but I understood when the teacher was teaching now. How come now it's time for the homework and classwork, I'm not getting it right? Like they go to the toilet to use the toilet, they see that somebody used that the person they don't flush and they are irritated, they are disgusted, for a while they are thinking, should I flush, should I walk away? Like they are going on a trip and they fall, like someone takes their thing, the person is running away and they are not in the mood to play catch at all. They just want to sit down. Like a teacher is introducing a new topic and it's sounding like German to them. They are not getting it, A lot of things. So after they have gone through this chaotic day, this whole dramatic day, eventful day, and then they come back, another one is, there is a competition, there is a program ongoing, they were not chosen. They feel bad, like, why didn't they choose me? Is it that I'm not good enough for something? Or they don't like me? Or I didn't push myself. I didn't pull my weight enough. Or my friends are playing a game, I want to join them, they say no. They go through all of these things. So by the time they now come back, you that is supposed to be their safe space, you see them. I mean, my friend, hurry up, Jare. I've been here waiting for the past 5 minutes. You are still coming, dragging your feet. Are you okay? See the way your uniform is dirty. Your laces are hanging loose. It is why when you pick your child up, the first thing you want to do is connect. You know why? That is a good time to spend quality time with your child. Again, quality time is not the amount of time you spend. It is what you do with the little time. It's a way for you to spend. It is why you need to make sure you're in a good place before you pick your child. In the morning you wake up, make sure you're in a good place. So that, the alarm is ringing. Like sometimes my alarm goes off and my kids don't wake up. Even with the alarm, I'm wondering, the alarm that woke me up is not waking you up. What is the matter? But you need to be in a good place. I was telling the Visionary Parents Academy the other day that one of the things I do is when I wake up, I have my prayer journal. This is my prayer journal. Most of the time, what I do is when I wake up, I start writing my prayers. I start journaling my prayer for the day. I thank God for everything. I ask Him for what I want to ask Him. I journal. I write my journal. By the time I finish writing my journal, no matter what dream I had, no matter how I felt, I just want to say I haven't woken up, the alarm is ringing. That 5 minutes, it calms me down. It puts me in a very good space. So after putting me in a good space, I now go to the Visionary Parents and check what is the wake up routine for this morning, wake up style. Then I go back and wake my children up in that style because I know that I have to go back to the Visionary Parents and report. Like I will, because the coaches are going to ask, did you wake your child up today in the proper way or something? Did you wake your child up? And I'm going to say yes or no. So I'm going there to journal it. I'm going there to write it down. So I need to be in a good space. So I do this journaling to help me be in a good space. Sometimes I'm going to pick them from school and I'm in a bad shape of mind. I make sure I just get there. I calm down. If it's to look for one funny video, one motivational video, if it's to go back to my YouTube channel and watch one of the videos, remind myself, hey, you are on a visionary parenting mission. You cannot afford to wing it. I do that. It helps me, puts me in a good place. That time is quality time. It's not about the time, the amount of time, but what you do with the little time you have with them. That is quality time. They will always remember. I've talked about quality time. I've talked about neglecting quality time. Inconsistent parenting styles is one again that really impacts our parenting peace and harmony negatively. When you are not consistent in your parenting, your children don't know what to expect. So you are winging it. You don't have a structure. You don't have a system. You are just winging it, just doing anything. So you are not consistent. It can put your children under pressure. Because of that, they start misbehaving. Because you are not consistent. Today you allow it go. Like today I was in a shop and the woman, has a daughter of about 8 to 9 or thereabout years old, and she wanted something. Somebody was hawking something. She wanted to buy. The woman said no. And the daughter was angry. To the extent that the woman needed the daughter to help her get something. The daughter said, believe me, she sat back there. She didn't answer, respond. I said, wow, really? Because over time, the woman said something that, is it every day you buy? Is it every day I will buy for you? Every single day, buy. Is it every day? That is it. Because the woman did not set boundaries from start. She's been buying. Maybe today she didn't make good sales, so she didn't want to buy. So because today the children are on meeting, so every single time he buys. Or maybe the husband, because the girl was saying, don't worry, I'll tell my husband, daddy will give you money when I get home. Or maybe the husband actually gives her money to buy things for the girl every day. Now maybe because the husband didn't give her money today, she didn't want to buy. But the girl doesn't know that. But because the woman has been buying every single day, now the woman is not buying. It's an issue. Inconsistency in parenting can lead to harmony and disharmony in family. It is why you must be consistent. It is why you need my family constitution. My family constitution. It is going to help you to be consistent. See my own now. I've been using my own. This my own is over 2 years. So we use it. I had to print it. It's an ebook. I had to print it and it's torn. They have even written inside. We have even written inside. Where are the things? I saw some things written inside the other time. It's even torn halfway. Okay, see the things written inside. It's even torn halfway, even though I try to things written inside. Even though I try to make sure it's always kept neatly on my table, because we have overused it. It's even torn. It is why you need to have a family constitution. Why you need to have a structure. Why your children need to know what to expect from you at every given time. They need to know exactly what to expect from you. So if a child knows that, okay, and the child was eating something, she was actually eating biscuits. Yes, that she did not finish. Because later on, while I waited, the mom was not eating the thing. She didn't finish it. So if the child knows, for example, that, okay, it is one snack a day, your child will not come and ask you for another one. Even if they come and ask you, them no, they will not be angry. Because they were just trying their luck. It is one snack a day. But when today they say one, buy from you, buy 5. Tomorrow you buy 10. Next tomorrow they ask you are not buying. You are not being consistent. It is going to cause family disharmony. So we've talked about that. I've talked about negative influences. I've shared that a lot. I shared my own younger brother. I've shared a lot about parenting and external influences, negative ones. It happens a lot. It causes disunity in family a great deal. People, someone said they were always saying that the younger sister was finer than her, she was finer than the younger sister. That was it. A lot. People just sow seed. Sometimes people even just do. Some people are evil. They come with the evil mind to just destroy your family for no justifiable reasons. They can even tell your father loves this one more than that one. A lot of things. That is a lack of support. Lack of support. When you don't support each other, you don't even support your children. Spouses don't support each other. Parents don't support their children emotionally. Maybe you're always judging. You're always criticizing your child. What they need from you is your support, not your criticism. Instead of you to support them, you spend time criticizing. Support is different from criticizing. Support doesn't mean you're not going to, your child is not going to know that they did something wrong. But you support them emotionally through that pain they are feeling. Life transitions, that one can happen. Major life changes such as divorce, relocation, or death of a family member, yes, can disrupt family unity and cohesion. Absolutely, we know that. Favoritism, favoring one family member over the other, that also can cause family disunity. When you openly favor one family member over the other, it can cause disunity amongst families. So yes, we've been here for over 1 hour, 24 minutes now. I didn't know, I actually thought I was saying 40 something minutes here. I just looked clearly and I said, 1 hour, 24 minutes. So it's been an interesting ride all along. And I do hope that you have learned a great deal. I have learned a great deal from myself. Like I said, I'm also going to sit back and watch this video tomorrow when I'm less busy. I'm going to sit back and watch this video again from the beginning to the end because I need to take notes of some of the things. And so if you're a member of the Visionary Parents Academy, don't worry, after this class now, I have my materials ready. I'm only just going to customize it for us and share it. And as usual, we have 30 days activities challenge to help us foster family peace and unity, but I am going to make it 57. Why do I want to make it 57? Like I said at the beginning, we want it to be through the year, all through the year. So all through the year, you have one activity that you are going to encourage your children to carry out, and you are going to join them to carry out one activity that will promote peace and harmony in your family. Like I always say, there are no activities that you need to put your life on hold for. There are no activities that will cost you anything. They are just regular activities. You may have been doing them before. You may not have been doing them before. If you have not been doing them before, so it's a good time to say, okay, you want to start doing them. But if you have been doing them before, if you have been doing them before, is like a reminder, okay, you need to actually do them some more or things like that. So that is what it's all about. We have simple activities that, like, we have the activities are divided into weeks. We have them from week 1 to week 8. From week 1 to week 8. It was beautiful listening to it. Oh, thank you so much. You said all through. Thank you so much, man. So we have from week 1 to week 8. For example, we have week 1 setting the foundation, week 2 building connections, week 3 we have practicing teamwork, week 4 we have emphasizing respect and values, week 5 we have building fun family traditions, week 6 we have gratitude and reflection, week 7 we have symbols of unity, week 8 we have heritage and legacy. So we are going to have all of this in the activity. So I'm going to share with you. And like I said, you can continue. You should continue to day 57 after the whole thing. The idea is to create a family unity. So we are going to have other things as usual. We have other things along with it. We are going to have our pledge also, so that every day your children read the pledge, you are reminded that, okay, today is this month is we are nurturing unity, and we are going to have a mantra that, okay, when you are pressured, when it's not easy for you to foster unity, you actually want to remind them of their mantra. Maybe when you see them bickering, you just repeat their mantra. Remember, no matter the mantra, we have a couple of mantras you just pick from. You just tell them the mantra to call them back that, oh, you can even have the mantra written and pasted somewhere in your house. Yes, have it written and pasted somewhere so that it's easy for them to just remember, and everybody passes and everybody sees it. It can be on your door. Everybody passes and everybody sees it. Oh, it's our month for nurturing unity. So yes, our mantra for this month is XYZ. So whenever they pass, they see the mantra, they say, okay, it's our unity month. So I'm going to share the material with you, the challenge, a bit of what I've shared so far, a bit of what I shared so far, the challenge, the pledge. You can change the pledge affirmation on your own, the pledge and the mantra. For everything is towards fostering family unity. So if you are not a Visionary Parents Academy, you want this material, is okay. We can also give you that generous. However, you will need to register with us for 2025. When you do that, you ask for this material, we will gladly give it to you. Thank you so much, beautiful Coach Alma, for joining us tonight. I do appreciate you. Let's go back to the class to talk about our tomorrow activity. Good night.